If you're a new leader to a team or an organization, I'm here to share some of my lessons learned over 30 years at a tech company to make you more successful and learn from some of my mistakes. In my last video, I talked about the importance of having great managers, and you can go watch that one if you're interested. I thought I'd follow up with the other characteristics that I particularly look for, or contrary, really make sure I remove from the team in order to have the most effective and cohesive team possible. So there are two types of individuals that I really found just were not going to work in the organization that I wanted to run. The first was the cynic. You know those folks, they're always negative, they're always sarcastic, they're always the ones saying, this won't work, we tried that before, I don't know why I'm doing this, so I'm only half-heartedly gonna do it, I don't know why we're doing this is stupid. And if you are one of those folks or work with one of those folks, you know that unless you're willing to bring some productive conversation to the table, hey, that might not work, but here are some ways that I think we could make it work, or let's talk about these adjustments, or anything that's at all productive. If you're just the cynic, you don't have a place on my team. I found this time and time again. I'll give you one specific example. In the company that I worked for, we had a very lengthy annual employee poll, and each individual team was expected to really take heart at what the employees were saying, were working and wasn't working, and make appropriate changes. And generally, these teams would get a group of employees together to dig into the results and come up with some recommendations. So I was brand new in this most recent role I was in, and sitting with a couple of folks who had volunteered to go through the poll and give me some insights. And I did not know the folks in the organization. I didn't know, what was going well and not well. So I was super interested to hear what was happening. And the team hadn't gotten great poll scores. And earlier in one of my videos, I talked about how the team had high attrition, and my new manager had said reducing the attrition rate was one of my particular goals. So here I am meeting with this small team, and one of the individuals basically starts the meeting with, do you really care? Do you really want us to be honest with you? And I'm like, absolutely. Why would you think that I wouldn't? And it was just a small little window into that person's psyche. And it turned out, after working with him for years, that he really was one of those cynics. He got the feedback of, again, let's find ways to make this productive. You have a lot of knowledge, but let's put it to good use. And after trying and trying and trying, just found that it was really, really not a good fit for the team. And I think someone who's constantly a cynic is just really not all that happy. And in a big company like I was in, there's lots of opportunities to move to a team where that person is going to be happy. And it's a win-win for everyone. And so I would say the first type of individual that you want to look for on the team, in terms of who you do want in the team and who you don't, are those cynics. The second is what I call brilliant assholes. The company that I worked for, it was in the tech industry, so there were a lot of folks that had very specific, highly technical expertise. But what I found was some of them, maybe just a small percent, had just this way about them that no one wanted to work with them. They couldn't really explain why they were taking a particular approach, and they were just kind of the asshole on the team. And their technical competence had gotten them to where they were, and I think they felt somehow impervious to any of that feedback. They felt like we needed their technical prowess so much that they could kind of do whatever they wanted. And again, I ultimately made that decision that brilliant assholes have no space on this team. A team needs to be able to work together. This is not a set of different individuals, and if we can't work productively together to get to a common goal, it's just not the right place for you. So, in addition to wanting to have great managers, There are a couple of types of individuals that, if they're on your team, are going to be challenging, and you'll have to really consider if they bring enough value to outweigh some of the challenges that they bring along. No cynics, no brilliant assholes. Have a good day.